Good morning to all of you. Our today's topic is admixture in concrete. Myself, Pooja Jain, and I am the faculty of Swami Keshwan Institute of Technology, Management and Gramothan. Admixtures in concrete. Admixture are very useful for modifying the properties of concrete. If you want to produce high strength concrete, you have to use the admixture. So first of all, we know what is admixture. So what is admixture? The basic definition of the admixture is admixture are artificially or natural material added to the concrete besides cement, water and aggregate to enhance the properties of concrete for applications in concrete works during casting or setting or service stage with special requirements. So, what is the meaning of this definition? As we all know, what is concrete? Concrete is the mixture of cement, aggregate, and water. But as in the every casting, our concrete properties are different. The different properties like the wet properties and hardened properties all are different for every casting. मीनिंग अगर हम अलग अलग कास्टिंग के टाइम पे हम कास्टिंग करते हैं, यूज़ कर रहे हैं सीमेंट, सेम एग्रीगेट एंड सेम वाटर फॉर द डिफरेंट टाइम्स, तो जो प्रॉपर्टीज़ हैं वेट प्रॉपर्टीज़ लाइक स्लम्प एंड hardened properties like its strength, permeability and etc. So the all of the properties are changes by using the admixtures. We enhance the properties of the concrete, like if we want to settle the concrete in a very early stage, so we want to reduce its initial setting time, or if you want to reduce its final setting time, so we have to mix admixtures to reduce its setting time, or if we want to increase its setting time, then we have to use a different type of admixtures, or in every service stages what we require, we use the special type of admixtures. So to improve the properties of the concrete required, it can be broadly classified into two types. The first one is chemical admixtures and the second one is mineral admixtures. The basic functions of the admixtures are to improve the workability of fresh concrete, or to improve durability by entrainment of air, to reduce the water required, to accelerate setting and hardening, thus to produce high early strength, to aid curing, to impart water repellent waterproofing properties, to cause dispersion of the cement particles when mixed with water, to retard setting, to improve wear resistance, to offset or reduce shrinkage during setting and hardening, to cause expansion of concrete and automatic pre-stressing of steel, to aerate mortar concrete to produce a lightweight product, to impart color to concrete, to offset or reduce some chemical reactions, to reduce bleeding, to reduce the evolution of heat. So these are basic functions for which we require admixtures. Now we now the types of chemical admixtures. Chemical admixtures are many types. In this, these are the specified: water reducing admixtures, set controlling chemicals, air entraining, viscosity modify agent, corrosion inhibitors, alkali aggregate reaction inhibiting, shrinkage reducing. in this water reducing admixture. It's the, जैसा कि वर्ड है water reducing admixture means to reduce the water by using admixtures. As we all know, when we cast M40 or M50 or M60, we want the water cement ratio up to 0.3 to 0.4, not exceed this. So to maintain this water cement ratio, we required some water reducing admixtures to produce the high strength concrete. For set controlling chemicals means to change their initial or final setting times. These are basic two types, accelerator and retarders. Air entraining means कंक्रीट के अंदर एयर बबल्स प्रोड्यूस करना. इट इज़ वेरी यूजफुल इन दी cold regions. So for freezing and thawing applications. Now viscosity modifying agent is the meaning. Viscosity तो बेसिकली है आप कंक्रीट की विस्कोसिटी चेंज करेंगे. कोरोजन इनहिबिटर्स मींस जो हमारी स्टील बार्स हैं उनका कोरोजन ना हो फॉर इन दी फर्दर टाइम साइकिल्स, इन दी फर्दर लाइफ साइकिल, उसको कोरोजन से रोकने के लिए वी यूज़ कोरोजन इनहिबिटर्स. एल्कली एग्रीगेट रिएक्शन इनहिबिटर फॉर promoting or reducing the alkali aggregate reactions, we have some chemical admixtures, and for reducing the shrinkage. So these are the type of chemical admixtures. Now water reducing admixtures, basically as per the reducing quantity of the water, it is two types. First is normal water reducer and the high range water reducer. The how they reduce the quantity of the water and they depend on that. These are two types, normal water admixtures and high range water reducers. So these are the basic types and examples of these normal water reducer and high range water reducer: lignosulfonates, hydrocarboxylic acid, carbohydrates. These are the type of normal water reducers. And high range water reducers: polysulfonates, sulfonated naphthalene formaldehyde, sulfonated melamine formaldehyde. SNF is sulfonated naphthalene formaldehyde and SMF means sulfonated melamine formaldehyde. Polycarboxylates, polyacrylates, monovinyl alcohols. These are the ranges of these high range water reducers and normal water reducers. By using the high doses of normal water reducer, we enter the high range water reducer, but it change the properties of the concrete. So in the later of 60s or 70s, high range water reducers are generated. Basically the doses of the normal water reducers are in between 0.3 to 0.5% of cement, and the for high range water reducers it is 0.7 to 1%. Now what is the basic problems behind this? By using normal water reducers or high range water reducers in the concrete, by using normal water reducer, it high retardation and air entrainment means high retardation meaning retard means it's retard means the it increase the setting time. Retards means it increase the setting time. And air entrainment, air bubbles generated, so porosity will be increased, and due to this high retardation कंक्रीट लेट सेटलमेंट होगा, लेट सेट होगी, तो इन सब चीज़ों का भी काफ़ी इफ़ेक्ट पड़ता है. बेसिकली बाय हाई रेंज वाटर रिड्यूसर्स there is the problems due to excessive retardation and lack of early strength. Both are the similarly same. Excessive retardation means it increase the setting time. Increase the setting time means lack of early strength. Sometimes when we use high range water reducers, our concrete do not settle for 3 days to 4 days, and normally our concrete cube settles after 24 hours. We open the concrete cubes after we open the molds after 24 hours, and after 24 hours we put the concrete cubes in water for curing purpose. Basically, water reducing admixtures are working on principle of dispersion. You all know the principle of dispersion. It's disperse in the concrete mix, and Portland cement, being in fine state, will have a tendency to flocculate in wet concrete. These flocculation entraps certain amount of water used in the mix. When it's used water reducing admixtures, when water reducing admixture used, they get absorbed on the cement particles, create particle to particle repulsive forces because they are on the same charge, which overcome the attractive forces. This repulsive force is called zeta potential, which depend on the base, solid content, quantity of plasticizer used. When cement particles are deflocculated, the water trapped inside the flocks gets released and now available to fluidify the mix. So we need less water by using this water reducing admixtures. Now, set controller admixtures. Set controller admixtures are two types: accelerator and retarder. Accelerator are, it will increase the rate of dissolution of calcium ions and silicates. Retarder, it will impede the dissolution of calcium and aluminates. Okay, so accelerate means it lower the setting time. Retarder means it increase the setting time. Added to increase or decrease the rate of hydration of concrete mix, which then lead to the increase or decrease in the rate of development of the strength and heat evolution. We read this in our cement chapter, the rate of development of strength and what is the heat evolution, to shorten or longer the setting time. Okay, accelerator means it decrease the setting time. Retarder means it increase the setting time. Okay, disadvantage is possible cracking due to heat of evolution. This is in the accelerator. The accelerator disadvantages is possible cracking due to heat evolution and possibility of corrosion of embedded reinforcement, and it may promote bleeding. Now, it is interesting to know the same chemical acts as a retarder in the lowest doses and an accelerator at high doses. Some examples of accelerator and retarder are given: the calcium chloride, calcium nitrate, sodium silicate, triethanolamine, diethanolamine, carboxylic acid, lignosulfonates, hydrocarboxylic acids, carbohydrates, borates, and phosphates of zinc and copper, gluconic acids. We normally do not use calcium chloride because it corroded our reinforcement. Now, air entering admixtures. Air entraining admixtures and entraining concrete containing air in a rather special form of bubble that trapped in concrete. It is used to improve workability, ease of placing, increase durability, better resistance to frost action, frost action means freezing and thawing. Freezing and thawing means at a time बर्फ़ जो है, फ्रॉस्ट एक्शन का मीनिंग है बर्फ़ है वो पिघल रही है एंड देन वापस से जम रही है। एट द टेम्परेचर ऑफ 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड जो वाटर है उसका जो वॉल्यूम है वो सबसे ज़्यादा होता है, उससे अप एंड लोअर साइड में वॉल्यूम कम होता है। 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड पे सबसे ज़्यादा वॉल्यूम होता है। तो ड्यू टू दिस फ्रॉस्ट एक्शन जब टेम्परेचर लोअर डाउन होता है तो जो इनर मॉलिक्यूल्स होते हैं, जो जेल पोर्स होते हैं और जो कंक्रीट के अंदर हमारा वाटर्स हैं, वो जो वाटर है इट इज़ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ कैपिलरी वाटर, इट इज़ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ जेल पोर्स, इट इज़ इन द फॉर्म ऑफ बाउंडेड वाटर। बाउंडेड वाटर बेसिकली नहीं जमता, बट जेल पोर्स एंड कैपिलरी पोर्स ये क्या होते हैं, ये आइस में कन्वर्ट होना स्टार्ट करते हैं। तो एट द 4 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर जनरेट करते हैं। तो अगर वहाँ पर हमारे एयर एंट्रिंग एडमिक्सचर्स विद द हेल्प ऑफ एयर एंट्रिंग एडमिक्सचर्स वहाँ पे क्या होंगे, बबल्स फॉर्म होंगे। तो जो बबल्स होंगे वो फॉर्म होंगे, उस जगह कंक्रीट नहीं होगी, पोरोसिटी इंक्रीज होगी। ड्यू टू दिस पोरोसिटी जब जो हमारा वाटर मॉलिक्यूल है वो वाटर मॉलिक्यूल जब आइस में कन्वर्ट होने होगा तो उसका जब वॉल्यूम इंक्रीज होगा दैट टाइम उसे स्पेस मिल जाएगा। सो द एयर एंट्रिंग एडमिक्सचर्स आर यूजफुल इन दैट एक्शन, able to reduce segregation tendency and control of bleeding. The common air entering agents are natural wood resins, neutralized Winsol resins, polyethylene oxides polymers, and sulfonated compounds used to increase concrete durability by protecting it against freeze-thaw cycle damage. Okay, I explain in this to frost action. By entering air in concrete to form a microscopic air void system, the expansion is provided a relief wall system. The air void system in the hardened concrete paste allow water to freeze with the empty air voids providing room for the expansion that occurs as water changes to ice. I think now you know what is freeze-thaw cycle damage. Viscosity modifying admixtures. What are the application of these type of admixture? Viscosity modifying, it modify the viscosity of the concrete. So to improve stability of the extremely flowable concrete like self compacting concrete which may be prone to segregations, and to prevent the washout of concrete in underwater application also called as anti-washout admixtures. So by this reason we changes the viscosity, we decrease the viscosity or we increase the viscosity as per the specific requirement of our work, of our the specific requirement of our the structure. The examples of viscosity modifying admixture are xanthan gum, Deton gum, alginates, hydroxypropyl methyl cellulose and hydroxypropyl starch. Mineral admixtures. Now the chemical admixtures are over and we concentrate on mineral admixtures. Mineral admixtures are very useful. Why it is very useful? Mineral admixtures are very useful because there are 3 major aspects for sustainability. The sustainability aspects are social aspect, environmental aspects and economic aspects. As per the reason of social, environmental and economic, we use some mineral admixtures which are as per the requirement. The materials are wastage like fly ash. Fly is the waste of thermal power plant, and granulated blast furnace, like it is also a waste of blast furnace. So these most of the rice husk, calcinite clay, metacloine, silica fumes, pozzolanic, cementitious. There are many type of wastage like ceramic, these all are the waste of our industries और these are the by product, because अभी तक हम लोग उसको यूज़ नहीं कर पाए इसलिए वो भी वेस्ट है. If we use that material, that now then that is not a waste of our environment. So basic waste, like right now, before 20 years or 30 years or before that, fly ash is totally a waste material. And the marble slurry is also a waste material. Now fly ash not a waste material, it is, आप इसे बैग्स में ख़रीद सकते हैं, इसके आपको भी पैसा देना पड़ता है. एंड प्रीवियसली इट इज़ वेस्ट, इट इज़ बेसिकली जो हमारे थर्मल पावर प्लांट्स थे वो इसको एज अ डंप, इसे डंप कर देते थे पर्टिकुलर प्लेसेस पे. सो इट harms our environment. Now we use fly ash according to their properties, class A, class B, class C and class F. Class C and class F we most of use class C fly ash and class F fly ash. So there are lot of waste material as per the no use, because they are byproducts. Now so we use these material as per the social, environmental and economic aspects. So the economic of our construction or our project or our basic building, some else, किसी भी उसकी इकोनॉमिक, मतलब बेसिकली वो कॉस्टली नहीं पड़ना चाहिए. जब हम किसी भी एक्स मटेरियल को यूज़ कर रहे हैं, दैट इज़ नॉट अ chemical admixtures, it is a mineral admixtures, it is naturally provided in the environment. So if we use that type of material, तो हमारे प्रोजेक्ट की कॉस्ट इंक्रीज़ नहीं होनी चाहिए फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल. तो इकोनॉमिक आस्पेक्ट्स को हमें याद रखना है. सेकेंड वन इज़ एनवायरमेंटल आस्पेक्ट. जितना भी वेस्ट बाय प्रोडक्ट्स, वेस्ट मटेरियल से हमारे एनवायरमेंट को हार्म हो रहा है, तो हम इसका यूज़ करें, बट हमारे प्रोजेक्ट को भी हार्म नहीं होना चाहिए. हमारी जो बिल्डिंग है, जो हमारी हार्डन कंक्रीट है, उसकी भी हमें ड्यूरेबिलिटी और स्ट्रेंथ दोनों को चेक करना है. स्ट्रेंथ प्रॉपर्टीज़ और ड्यूरेबिलिटी प्रॉपर्टीज़ को चेक करना है. सेकेंड वन इज़ हमारा जो एक्सटीरियर एनवायरनमेंट है, जो वो वेस्ट मटेरियल का हमारा एनवायरनमेंट डिस्ट्रॉय हो रहा है, हमें उसको भी रिड्यूस करना है. और जो इसको यूज़ करके, दिस वेस्ट मटेरियल को यूज़ करके हमारी बिल्डिंग भी हार्म नहीं होनी चाहिए. तो इस टाइप की हमें सबसे पहले उसकी इन्वेस्टिगेशन कर लेनी चाहिए. नाउ लास्ट वन इज़ सोशल आस्पेक्ट. सोशल आस्पेक्ट जब हम बेसिक है कि उस वेस्ट मटेरियल को यूज़ कर रहे हैं, तो हम सोशली भी हमारे एनवायरनमेंट को प्रिजर्व कर रहे हैं. और जो हमारे जो बेसिक कंपोनेंट्स हैं, सीमेंट है, उसकी भी जो हम क्वांटिटी है उसको डिक्रीज़ कर रहे हैं, ताकि इससे क्या क्या होगा, CO2 इमिशन रिड्यूस होगा. तो एज़ पर हमारे एनवायरनमेंट एंड सोशल एंड इकोनॉमिक, ये तीनों एस्पेक्ट्स कंप्लीट होंगे. तो दिस इज़ द मिनरल एडमिक्सचर्स. इन द मिनरल एडमिक्सचर वी हैव टू go for social, environmental and economic aspects. By concentrate on these three aspects, we use particular type of materials in our concrete. Basically these mineral admixtures follow the ternary diagrams. The ternary diagrams of calcium oxide, aluminium oxide and silica. So basically the basic compounds of these mineral admixtures are calcium oxide, aluminium oxide and silica. मीनिंग कि हमारा जो भी वेस्ट मटेरियल है, उस जो बेसिक कंपाउंड्स हैं वो आपके कैल्शियम ऑक्साइड होने चाहिए, एलुमिनियम ऑक्साइड होना चाहिए, सिलिका होना चाहिए. जो ये तीनों कंपाउंड्स हैं, ये रिएक्टिव कंडीशंस में हो तो बहुत ही बेटर है. डायरेक्टली ये हमारे स्ट्रेंथ को इंक्रीज़ करेंगे एंड ड्यूरेबिलिटी का हमें टेस्ट करना होगा कि वो उसको हार्म पहुंचा रहे हैं या फिर उसको प्रिजर्व कर रहे हैं. समटाइम्स इट प्रिजर्व, बिकॉज समटाइम्स दे आर इन द फॉर्म ऑफ माइक्रोफाइन्स। तो ये क्या करेंगे, जो हमारा पार्टिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन चार्ट है उसको और ज़्यादा मॉडिफाई कर देंगे, हमारे हर टाइप के रेंज के मटेरियल्स आ जाएंगे। तो जो हर टाइप्स का हमारे पास हर पार्टिकल साइज़ हमारे पास अवेलेबल हो गया है। सो दैट्स वाई जब ये माइक्रोफाइन्स हमें मिले हैं एज अ मिनरल एडमिक्सचर्स, तो उससे क्या होगा कि जब हमारा पार्टिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन जो चार्ट है वो प्रॉपर मॉडिफाई होगा, हमारे स्मॉल पार्टिकल्स भी हमारे पास अवेलेबल होंगे। तो हमारी जो कंक्रीट है, कंक्रीट क्यूब है, उसकी पोरोसिटी डिक्रीज़ होगी, क्योंकि जो वहाँ पे पोर्स हैं उनकी जगह ये रिप्लेस हो जाएंगे। तो वो पोर्स को रिप्लेस कर देंगे और ये माइक्रोफाइन्स वहाँ पर सेटलमेंट हो जाएंगे। तो so the mineral admixture is it optimize the particle size distribution of the cementitious materials that leads to homogeneous concrete. There are many types of mineral admixtures: cementitious, pozzolanic, ground granulated blast furnace slags, fly ash, silica fume, rice husk, calcinite clay, metacloine. Now we have to learn about the mineral admixtures. So for this we have continue in our next lecture. Thank you all.